In this video, you're going to learn about the hierarchy in construction. You're going to learn how a construction project is done, an overview of how a construction project is done, and the key individuals and their roles. So, key individuals are developer, the investor, the contractor, the other contractor. You have the professionals, right? The engineers, the architect, the QS. Then you have the site manager. Then you have the artisans. Then you have the laborers. These are at the bottom of the hierarchy.
What the developer does is that he uses land, not tech. And when he looks at a piece of land or an estate, he thinks, oh, what can be done here, right? So he's the visionary. He comes up with the idea, this marvelous idea on how they can use this piece of space, this piece of earth that God has provided. Okay, how you can extract so much value. Okay, he's not a farmer. He's not looking at the type of soil, but he's looking at structures and buildings. Okay, what can we put here that makes sense? And the government need developers. The government don't develop the country. They don't develop. Yeah, well, they assist in developing their nation by making funds available, right? But the developers also play a very key important role in developing a nation, a country. So you need them, right? They come up with the idea. So I'll give an example. Now, some people may look at an area like let's say this area is very swampy, or this area is very rocky, all right, and it's not conducive for building houses. Okay, of course you can build houses anywhere with the kind of building processes there are. But let's say an area does not have prospects, and the developer comes and look at that and be like, okay, this area is so swampy, right? And he looks at the area and be like, as this area is swampy, I've noticed that there's a lot of biological variety in terms of plants and algae and animals, right? There's a variety, and it looks like this place could be important to tourists. Why don't you just build a museum here? Why don't you just build a park here? Why don't you just build I forgot what they call it. Then why don't you build a tourist center here? So that's how the developer is thinking. So he's coming up with the idea. Now, once he comes up with the idea, the next thing is his next goal is to raise money. So I put the developer and the investors at the top of the hierarchy because they are both needed, right? Now, usually when developers are looking to embark on a property, right? It is usually very expensive. Anything building, anything construction is capital intensive, and developer himself cannot raise all the money. For example, now for such a project, maybe he needs 1 billion, right? One man cannot just, except exceptionally rich, one man cannot just raise like 1 billion. So the second thing he does is raise capital by being able to sell the idea. He sells the idea, he sells the benefit of this idea, sells it to the investors. Then he raises capital. Okay, they give him some money. So I'll give you a simple example, right? So developers are thinking back to front. They're thinking about the idea, they're thinking about profitability at the same time. If we build a tourist center in this place, right, how are we going to make money? He's thinking about it. Okay, how are they going to make money? They're going to be offering services. Of course, some people may want to come there. You know, tourist centers now, you need they'll need residential areas too. So he's thinking about, okay, we can rent that and make some money. So basically, he's thinking about the entire place that is going to develop as a business itself. Okay, he's thinking about it as a business, and he's considering the profit potential that could be made from such a business. So that's what investors care about, the profit they're going to give. They don't care about anything else but profit. Okay, they don't really care about the idea, just the profit. They have to believe in the idea, but they care about the profit. So you have to think back to front. You have to bring the idea up. You have to sell the dream, sell the profitability of the idea to the investors, and the investors gives him money before he now embarks on the project. So those are the key important rules of the developer. Okay?